September 1-6. September 1-6.
139. 139.
September 16, 139. September 16, 139.
April 2-7. April 2-7.
Timmy L. Miller, United States Army. Stephen P. Sullivan, United States Army. Charles M. McLean, United States Army. I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign or domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me, according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God.
What happened to A-focus? Back. Wait, this is a dishonest. Oh, man.
No, I agree that discipline has to be strict, but it does not have to be harsh necessarily, particularly in our Army. Our soldiers fight much better when they understand the reason why, and we have been reasonably successful in the wars we've been in since I've been in the service by exacting a willing compliance from our people. We're just continuing the efforts we've always made to take every opportunity to take better care of the soldier and to demand a higher standard from him at the same time, which is really sort of the definition for improving a military force.
What effect do you expect this to have?
Well, I think that we will have a better fighting force, and I think we'll have more contented soldiers as a result of it. And we hope that more young Americans will decide that it's in their interest to make a profession out of soldiering. That's our hope.
The critics of this new system say that you've got to the point of danger now, that discipline has become so lax that it's hardly an army any longer. Is this valid, do you think?
I don't think so. It might be a good idea for them to come out, and, as you have, and take a look at the soldier.
What are the main problems of discipline in general that you have faced on this base?
Well, we have, I think, the same problems that the human race in general faces and our country does. We have an increase in the use of drugs among our younger people. We have a greater desire for individual freedom, which is a good thing. And what we're trying to do is channel this so that a man, when he is not soldiering for his country, can realize his individual aspirations, but at the same time, when we have a military requirement, we expect, and we are getting, a better performance from our standpoint in the soldiering field.
And so I can look back over it again, and maybe we can come up with some different solutions by having a different perspective on it at different times. You know, basically we have what we call a no heat policy, where you can come in here of your own free will like you did, and the chaplain can refer you. You can be referred by your CO or anybody, or you can come yourself. There's no stigma attached to it, meaning that we won't turn your name over to anybody because you're using drugs of any sort or anything like this. We won't give your picture out. We won't, you know, we just won't do anything. You know, this is for you. This is a facility that you can use.
Well, I was kind of worried about that because, you know, when I went to the chaplain, you know, I was kind of worried, you know, like I was going to get in trouble maybe.
Right.
And he said that, you know, everything was cool down here, so.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me ask you, what kind of drugs are you using?
Right now, mostly smack, heroin.
Uh-huh. How long have you been using any of that?
About 6 months now, I guess.
6 months?
6 months.
How much have you used it? Have you been using it pretty heavily, or you know, what's your habit?
Not really too heavily until maybe about 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, before that I was just doing a lot of other stuff, you know, just grass and maybe some acid or speed once in a while, but now mostly I just smack usually.
Was it for the kicks of it, or you know, why were you doing it?
I don't know, really. I guess because it's, you know, the Army is, you know, it gets you down and you just want to get away from everything.
You fighting united under foolish pride?
Oh, come on. I don't think there's anybody now left in the United States except a few weirdos who aren't trying to get out of Vietnam. The president says he's trying to get out of it. Everybody's trying to get out of it. I don't think anybody's getting up in the stand saying, hey, fellas, let's stay here forever. We don't want to get out. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's get back to society. Anytime there are two people together, a social relationship, any two of you, or three, it doesn't matter, rules begin to be set. Now, you may not get together and say, hey, let's write the rules, but there has to be some rules, written or otherwise, for you two to even exist with each other, just to be with each other. You know, you got people who are in school, you have others who are working in groceries, every occupation. Well, that skill of killing is very easy to learn. You just pull a trigger. But the technique, just the idea, the want to kill, the want to charge, and either kill or be killed, is really foreign to our American society and to most human societies, very honestly. Certainly most civilized societies now. So therefore, we got to train them.
If organized or civilized societies are like you say, basically you have to teach a man to kill, why do we have war?
I don't know. Because of the human nature of man. I think war is a direct relation of the human nature of man.
But you just said, sir, that human nature basically is not inert to kill.
Yeah, but war is a result of the human nature, although the intent is not. See, the guy who goes speeding down the road to get back to the post, he really doesn't intend to kill himself. But it's a byproduct of speeding with the icy road when you go beyond the limit or booze.